Arkansas won the coin toss. They elect to receive this opening kickoff, and why not when you're scoring 37 points a game? That one hits the pylon, and there will be a flag, and that'll go out of bounds. So the Hogs will get it at the 35-yard line to start this game. Arkansas, 37.1 points a game. That's 5th in the conference, 17th in the country.
There is no foul on the play. The ball hit the pylon before hitting out of bounds. It is a touchback. Big ball at the 25-yard line, first down.
So Lee Hedrick giving us.
See, it hits right on the pylon, which is an extension of the goal line. That's pretty accurate. You probably couldn't do that again if you tried.
This offense, they throw it for 288 a game. I think people don't expect them to run for 225 a game, but that's what they do. Second in the country, second in the conference, and 14th in the country behind Mike Washington, Taylor Green, and they're going with Braylon Russell. So a two-tailback look. They'll send Russell out to the wide side of the field. First pass over the middle, and that is Omega Blake, who is just having some sort of season. He has been their go-to guy. That's his 43rd catch of the year.
Yeah, he's been very special. The go-to receiver for Taylor Green. Expect to see his number called quite often and a lot in this game, especially when Auburn looks to heat up Taylor Green and getting the ball out quickly like we saw last play.
Mike Washington, the single setback. They will give it to him, and Washington gets introduced to that Auburn defensive line on his first carry, and a flag comes in. Atkins was the first one there, followed by his cohort at linebacker, Robert Woodyard.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, number 0. A 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the previous spot, and it carries an automatic first down.
That is Robert Woodyard, who has been their main guy in the middle of that defense.
Yeah, you see the hands come up around the face mask as he's trying to bring down Mike Washington, which is not an easy task. Not able to let go of it, and that's 15 yards that this Auburn defense don't want to give this explosive offense.
Bobby Petrino going old school. Maddox Lassiter, true fullback, I formation here under center for Taylor Green. Old school looking good as it's inside the 40 for Washington. He picks up 12 yards. Atkins finally brings him down. Another first down for this Arkansas offense.
And you're going to take a look here. Fake. The quarterback dropped back into the draw. And Mike Washington does a great job making a couple defenders miss. But Auburn probably hasn't seen an I formation and defended against that in quite some time.
Here's Green to throw. Pass is caught inside the 30-yard line by Omega Blake again. They're going to spot him right at the 30, so it's going to be second and short. Second and about a yard. But nice opening drive, been helped a little bit by that Auburn face mask.
Yeah, and Arkansas is already dialed in. 2 pressures have already been sent by this Auburn defense. Arkansas able to pick it up and hit Auburn right in the mouth to be able to prevent that defense from creating negative plays.
Robert Hill in at running back now. He splits out. Green looking that way, now comes back to the middle of the field, and that one's a little too hot for C.J. Brown, the sophomore from just down the road in Bentonville, Arkansas. Jay Crawford in on that coverage for the Tigers. This Tiger defense giving up less than 18 points a game. Listen, they give up less than 90 yards a game on the ground.
They've been great, but 3rd and short right here. This is where Taylor Green has been exceptional all season long, over 90% in these types of situations.
55% on 3rd down conversions for the Hogs this year. Inside handoff goes to Russell, trying to find enough room, and it's going to be close. He gets it to the 30, but he's got to go to the 29 for the first down. Winters and Diaz in on that stop for Auburn. And we got an injured Hog on the field.
You're going to see Auburn's defense does a great job creating penetration. Keldrick Falk, number 15, was right in the midst of being able to be a part of the initial surge to stop the movement, taking on 2 blockers and stops the feet of Braylon Russell, which forces that pile up and the stop ultimately on 3rd down to force 4th and short.
Rohan Jones, the tight end, kind of got mixed up in that wash at the end of that play. He looks to be okay, bouncing back to the sideline. So it'll be 4th down and a yard. Arkansas this year 3 of 7 on 4th downs. 43%. They need about just under a yard to pick up the 1st down. Mike Washington, your tailback, out of that shotgun formation. He gets met immediately. Bobby Jamison Travis just blew up that Arkansas offensive line. That'll be a loss of 4 on the play, and Auburn comes up with a stop.
Yeah, Jamison Travis does a great job. Right from the jump, gets a great ball get off, and then is able to beat the defender and smack the running back right in the backfield. That's a statement stop on the first drive to start the game.
Well, a Jackson Arnold-led Auburn offense on the field. Jackson Arnold, young man out of Denton, Texas, of course, transferred in from Oklahoma, completing 64% of his passes this year. Just 5 touchdown passes this season. Threw his first interception in forever last week, but this offense will get it at the 33 to start this drive on 1st down. Arnold will keep it. Pick up a few yards out over the 35. Xavier Sorey with that tackle. Now this Auburn offense, they're averaging 162 yards on the ground, 172 through the air. They're 15th in the league in total offense, 13th in scoring. But Arkansas's defense, you look down at their numbers, they are 15th and 16th in just about every statistical department in the conference. Here's Arnold again, off the left side. Oh, he's flipped up in the air, and that's going to leave a mark. Caleb Wooden, the senior, came darting in from his safety spot.
Yeah, Caleb Wooden does a great job coming from the safety position, reading the blocker, takes him on underneath, and then firing and shooting his shot is what coaches always say, and puts that helmet right on the thigh pad of Jackson Arnold. A great stop by that young man.
3rd down and 7. Auburn on the year, 36% on 3rd downs. They might get a free one right here. Flags come out. Down the middle, this one is tipped and then dropped. Preston Howard hit his hands, but it was deflected by Shakir Smalls. But a flag is down, so this one will definitely...
Offside on the defense, number 10, in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. It will remain 3rd down.
So a free throw there for Jackson Arnold.
Yeah, you're going to see Sorey at the top of your screen, and as well as Collins. And drops have been kind of a staple over the past couple of weeks for this Auburn team, not taking advantage of it. But you get the free 5 yardage and repeating 3rd down. And that's where you want to live on 3rd downs, is at least be in short range to take advantage and capitalize.
3rd down and 2. Jeremiah Cobb, when will he get his hands on the football? How about right here? And they are going to spot him a little bit shy of the line to gain. Stephen Dix, the linebacker, came up, make a play, and it's going to look like it's going to be about a half a yard shy. Very similar situation to what Arkansas just faced on their opening possession, and the Tigers going to go for it.
Well, Auburn's already gotten Arkansas to jump once. We'll see if they call a play with a hard count to see if you get them to jump again.
Hand it off to Jeremiah Cobb, big gainer, into Arkansas territory. Wooden trips him up. They'll spot him at the 45-yard line, a 14-yard quick hitter by Cobb.
Yeah, and Macy Murphy leads right up to be able to get to the second level and get a big gain.
Auburn now picking up that tempo after that 1st down. They'll give it to Cobb again. This is one of those games where you just feel like Cobb's going to carry it 20, 25 times today, if not more.
Yeah, and that's probably a good thing. He's a volume type of runner and excels whenever he gets more carries, especially in the second half, getting those big explosive chunk runs.
Averaging over 6 yards per carry. Little play fake, quick hitter to the outside. That one goes to Cam Coleman. Get it down to the 35-yard line. Julian Neal, who's been really their best cover guy on the back end for Arkansas, matched up with him on that play.
I expect that matchup to be one that we keep our eyes on closely. The best defender versus the best receiver for Auburn. Those two will be going at it all day. We end up in a 3rd and 1 situation again, where I expect Arkansas's defense to be a little aggressive here in plus territory.
Receivers near side, one to the wide side. Tight end Frazier goes in motion. They'll give it to Cobb again. Cobb to that line off the right side. He'll have enough to the 34. That will be an Auburn first down. Not a whole lot of depth at running back for Auburn. A true freshman, Omar Mapson, is their number 2 tailback. He got a touchdown last week, and he checks into the game for Cobb. Reclassified to get to Auburn early. Due to some injuries, it's really a Cobb Mapson type show, but you got Jackson Arnold, who's a de facto running back as well if you need it. Here is Jackson, speaking of running, trying to run out of some trouble, dumps it off. And Mapson gets walloped inside the 25 at the 23 by Bradley Shaw, chasing him down. Sorey was trying to catch up to Arnold, couldn't do it, but a gain of 10.
That's a great job by Jackson Arnold, feeling the pressure, escaping out of the pocket, eyes downfield, easy completion to your running back, picking up another first down. And this is what has made Jackson Arnold really good first halves, is being able to keep their team on the field and picking up those conversions.
Again, this Auburn team in the last couple of games, they've started well on their opening drive. Going to the end zone here, and boy, a lot of hand checking going on. That's a touchdown. How about the reception from Cam Coleman? He and Julian Neal were battling in that far corner, and Coleman somehow freed up his hand to make a catch. Amazing.
And you want to talk about Superman types of grabs. Goodness gracious, you got a guy draped on your shoulder, on your arm. Cam Coleman reels it in with one hand, secures it all the way into the end zone. What a spectacular play by Cam Coleman, one of the better receivers in the conference, and he showcases it right there.
What a catch. The young man certainly was feeling some pain last week, dropped a couple of big opportunities for him. Boy, does he answer the call here on this opening drive. What a catch by the sophomore out of Phoenix City, Alabama. Point after is up and good. Well, mark this one down as one of Cam Coleman's part of the game, but they've had opportunities to overcome that, and they haven't been able to do it. Bobby Petrino's team, they're a defensive stop away. They've had their moments. Cam Coleman just made one heck of a catch to give Auburn the lead. How about this? Was pregame for Cam Coleman. You wonder how he was able to make a one-handed catch? Ball skills, right? Ball skills.
Hand-eye coordination, that's critical. Even with the guy draped on him, I'm not sure if he practices that often, having a defender grabbing your jersey while still making that one-handed catch. But you can see the tremendous athletic ability that this man commands. And the sky is only the limit for him as a young sophomore, being able to make game-changing plays like the last one we just saw.
Well, the defense able to stop Arkansas on a 4th down to get the football back on that last possession. See if Arkansas's offense can get back on track here. They will hand it off to Mike Washington, hit by Eric Winters, the true freshman. Boy, Mike Washington, folks, if you haven't had a chance to watch him play this year, he's got SEC tailback written all over him. It's hard to believe that it took him this long to find the SEC.
No, you're right, 230 pounds, can run 21 miles per hour. He's been able to hit his stride over the past couple of games as well, and really showcases his dynamic ability in open field.
Was it Syracuse, and last year was it New Mexico State. Here's Green, boy, has time. Nice touch on the throw. Hits Rohan Jones. Big gainer for the Hogs inside Auburn territory. A gain of 41 yards.
Yeah, that's a great job utilizing the play action. Gets all the defenders and linebackers on the second level to suck up. And then Rohan Jones sneaks behind him, and Taylor Green delivers an absolute strike to be able to pick up an explosive first down.
Rodney Hill checks in at running back, then immediately splits out wide. So an empty set look here on 1st down and 10 for the Hogs. Pressure comes. Green going up top toward the end zone and overthrows his intended receiver, Johnson.
That's what you're going to continue to see more of. DJ Durkin, instead of allowing Taylor Green to sit back in the pocket and pick you apart like the last play, he's going to send pressure to be able to try to get the ball out of Taylor Green's hands quickly and force incompletions.
Second down and 10. Washington bounces off one defender, and they're going to blow the whistle. Boy, Bobby Petrino is losing his mind.
The runner's forward progress was stopped in his 3rd down.
Yeah, you're going to see Mike Washington take on a couple of tackles. The whistle blows early, and thinking that the progress of Mike Washington was stopped. But that's a big guy. We just talked about him being 230 in the SEC type of material. Still got to let the play on.
Cost him a couple of yards. It will be 3rd down and 8. Could have been a 3rd and 5-ish maybe. Eric Winters. Timeout taken. Bobby Petrino still hot over there. He can't believe it. He's still barking. Ooh, wouldn't want to be on the other end of that. Well, the guy he's matching wits with today is DJ Durkin. These two guys a couple of years ago were the coordinators at Texas A&M. Asked Bobby Petrino about DJ and how much, they didn't really, because they were obviously on the same side of the ball, they didn't spend a whole lot of time together, but he said we had to go at it every day in practice, and he really respects DJ and what DJ has been able to do as a defensive coordinator.
Yeah, they were iron sharpening iron against each other, and yet again we get to see them clash, and this time in a bigger stage as they are on opposing teams.
Both those guys really just admiring the other and what they're able to do and how they're able to keep doing it. The cat and mouse game between these two. Taylor Green spins out of trouble, buys a little time, and he'll be dropped back at the 36. Xavier Atkins picks up the sack, his 6th of the year. A loss of 7.
Tremendous job by this defense, being able to show pressure, drop back. Xavier Atkins is your spy. They're going to continuously have a spy on Taylor Green, and utilizing his speed and athleticism. That's why he's one of the most active and best linebackers in the conference, is being able to bring down guys like Taylor Green in open space.
Boy, Arkansas having a trouble figuring out what they want to do here, just the personnel-wise. Play clock is already down to 3. They just did use a timeout. They're going to maybe just take a 5-yard penalty since they're lining up in a punt formation instead of burning a timeout. But yeah, Auburn was, players were just trickling out, trying to figure out what they wanted to do there, but I don't think that penalty, and of course declined by Auburn, matters a whole lot in this situation. Malcolm Simmons back to field this punt from Devin Bale. End over end wobbly kick, hits at about the 6 and just stops right there. Auburn up by a touchdown here in the first quarter.
Yeah.
They have started this game. They went on a opening drive. They went 9 plays, 67 yards. Cam Coleman with the touchdown catch. Matter of fact, Auburn has now scored on their opening possession on 3 straight opening drives. They did 75-yarder against Georgia, 75-yarder against Missouri. Here they get Eric Singleton the ball, and he gets to the 10, and boy, he rolls around. Somebody's injured down there. Looks, can't tell which Auburn Tiger that is. Singleton has been fantastic. They loved using him in the run game, but that is Cam Coleman who was down. I saw one Tiger just kind of immediately hit the deck in some pain, and they're looking at that right foot area, ankle area right now. Oh boy.
It appears as though he may have got rolled up on the tackle at the top of your screen. Yeah, that right ankle stuck underneath as Stephen Dix Jr. was trying to make the tackle on Eric Singleton. As you see, Singleton looks like he's in some pain as well.
Oh, and there is not a deep roster at wide receiver for Auburn. It's really a Singleton, Coleman, Perry Thompson, Malcolm Simmons type of rotation, and that's really been about it for Auburn. Hugh Freeze right now says, "Are you kidding me?" One play and by 2 top wide receivers, one with a hand, one with an ankle, it appears.
That's one of those things where you hate the way that it happens, and getting out on the perimeter, anything can go. So you always hate to see that happen to one of your players, let alone, like you mentioned, your other receiver as well.
And those 2 have combined for 66 catches on the season.
See another angle as that right foot gets caught underneath the pads of Stephen Dix Jr. flying in for that tackle. Good to see him up and walking under his own power.
Listen, man, I took an ankle last night too at the hotel. Stepped down a little pothole.
Oh.
I'm playing hurt today.
Oh, we got to wrap it up.
I mean,
got to wrap it up. Dave, get you some spat, baby.
I didn't go down. I dropped the Yeti, but I did not go down. But man, it was close. I'm not gonna lie, it was close.
We need some footage of that.
Oh, I'm sure it's on the hotel.
I'm sure.
Surveillance cameras.
I'm sure.
I don't think anybody needs to see that.
At least you're strong. No, you're still here.
Yeah.
Sucking it up. Let's go, Dave.
We'll try to get an update on Cam Coleman. Morgan down there on the sidelines. Keep an eye on that for us. And again, they try to use Singleton. And Singleton just having a tough time kind of hitting the brakes and stopping the loss of 2. Morgan, how difficult is it down there in these conditions?
Well, the rain continues to pick up here, guys. It's gotten heavier significantly in the last 10 minutes, creating, I mean, I'm in rain boots. I know these guys are in cleats that have a lot more traction, but the field is slick. You can see with the real grass, you know, it's getting a little dinged up, but the rain, heavier weather, definitely a big factor in this one now.
It's affected Auburn on those last 2 sweeps around the left and the right side. Now you're looking at a 3rd down and 7. 4-man rush. Pass caught, 1st down Auburn. They go to Malcolm Simmons, his 13th catch of the year. Good clean pocket there for Jackson Arnold.
Yeah, standing strong, being able to have that clean pocket in time to diagnose the defense. He finds that soft spot, delivers a laser right to Malcolm Simmons' hands. And that's what you want to see, backed up inside your own 15-yard line, being able to get that first down to let you go play a little more freely now.
Jeremiah Cobb coming near side. Cobb looking to get the corner, and big collision at the 27. He and Kenai Walker just said hello to each other. Kenai, the former Oklahoma Sooner. That's a gain of 7.5, maybe 8 when it's all said and done. It'll be 2nd down and 2 coming up.
I expect Jeremiah Cobb to receive another handoff. This type of situation, being able to get his wind back a couple of reps prior. Now ride him and let him go do what he does best.
Three down linemen for Arkansas. They are not very deep at that position, and Auburn trying to take advantage of it. Jackson Arnold with the first down run, brought down by Caleb Wooden. Cameron Ball, the big fellow, the fifth-year senior, 325-pounder out of Atlanta, is out. Had an unfortunate incident at practice and got injured. I think it was Tuesday afternoon's practice, and is just not able to play. They hope to have him back next week, but not playing this week, and they weren't deep at all in the first place. Chris Wilson, the new DC, said they're going to play more three-down stuff, but that's not really kind of the optimal defense against this heavy run Auburn offense. As they dump it off to their tailback Cobb, and he's close to the first down. They'll spot him at the 45. That will be enough for the first down. Can't overlook the fact that Auburn has also brought in a 17-year-old center. Played last week when Connor Liu, their veteran junior center, tore his ACL. This guy's the youngest player in the FBS. Will not turn 18 until April of next year. And he is working his first game as a starter here on the road. Pass caught there by Brandon Frazier. That's a big storyline for Auburn moving forward. Connor Liu, certainly one of the better centers in this league. But to throw this youngster in there, but you know what? Hugh Freeze yesterday telling us that this guy's he's just got that nasty in him. And I mean that in a football sense.
Yes.
He's got that little edge that you need and want. He's not afraid of the moment, he said.
Yeah, well, if you reclassify and you're able to get on the field as a reclassified freshman this early in SEC play, you got to have that little nasty edge about yourself, and we're starting to see that unfold as it appears Auburn getting that running game and rushing attack underway.
Singleton has it. Turns the corner. Singleton dancing around inside the 30. Singleton, they had bunched up, got down small, didn't know, everybody split out. Singleton just kind of hung out there for a minute.
A little short huddle, a little annexation of Puerto Rico, little giant style. Being able to add a little trickeration, feeding it to Eric Singleton, and then he gets an explosive first down for the Auburn offense.
Back here in Fayetteville with Auburn head coach Hugh Freeze. Coach, what stood out about the way your offense has moved the ball through this weather in the first quarter?
Yeah, we're pretty consistent running in, but really the third down conversions have been really good, and obviously defense got some big stops for us. Right now, you know, we're doing a decent job of controlling the clock, which will be big to try to keep them off the field. They're so talented on offense.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, just a couple of possessions for each team in that first quarter. And Auburn doing their job, picking up third down conversions, something they've struggled with this year, but so far so good. And it's kind of been the story the last couple of weeks. Hot offense early, and can they sustain it? So the first play of the second quarter, handoff to Jeremiah Cobb. Saw Cam Coleman leave just a few plays ago. Let's get an update on his situation. Morgan?
Wide receiver Cam Coleman still in this Auburn tent. There were probably about 6 or 7 medical staff that have been in and out of there continuously checking on him, and I will get an official update from Auburn, and we'll send one up when I have one.
All right, thanks, Morgan. And obviously that's a huge loss at this point for this Auburn team. A fantastic touchdown catch in the first quarter for Cam Coleman. Highlight reel stuff, but hope we can see him again back on the field here. Second down, and there goes Cobb, missing a couple of Arkansas defenders. Bradley Shaw finally first one to get on him. So Sorey comes in as well. Cobb's got a couple of 100-yard games this year, 7th in the conference in rushing at over 80 yards a game, averaging 6.3 yards per carry. That's the 4th best number in the SEC.
here on third down. This is where Arkansas's defense has struggled. They got to keep a spy on Jackson Arnold because he's a guy that can extend the play and pick it up by utilizing his legs if they decide to throw it.
Now, Auburn, this is their first
Well,
charge
Auburn's
timeout
just
of the
about
half.
to get an illegal formation penalty, and Hugh Freeze causes that timeout, and we'll take it with him. Ham Coleman just got out of the Auburn medical tent and testing out that injured ankle. We will see what happens with him in the next few moments, if he does get back on this field or not. Singleton dancing around in motion, rolling that way, throwing his way. Flag comes out around the 15-yard line, but that's a first down. I don't think that's
A towel.
that was a towel that came out. So that is a first down for Auburn.
Yeah, Jackson Arnold being able to utilize his ability to roll outside of the pocket, then you get the natural pick from Perry Thompson. And man-to-man, that's the man-to-man beater there. They're able to execute, pick up the first down.
First down and 10 here. Again going with Singleton, and he slips again. That is the third time Singleton's tried to cut it back upfield, but losing his traction, and that's a loss of 1.
That's a great job by Jordan Young maintaining his presence. And this is a replay for Jackson Arnold to give, but just nowhere to go. And obviously the field conditions that Morgan talked about earlier makes it extremely difficult on the perimeter to make those vertical cuts in the ground and get upfield.
Second and 11. Arnold looking to throw, stands in that pocket now, flush, throws. High throw over everybody's outstretched hands. He was trying to get it toward Perry Thompson. Kenai Walker over there as well.
That's what has gotten this Auburn offense in trouble, is Jackson Arnold at times will hang on to the football, either take a sack or throw an ill-advised pass. Luckily, unfortunately for them, it ends up incompletion and falls harmlessly to the ground.
Jackson Arnold, his first incompletion of the game, now 7 of 8 for 73 yards and a touchdown. Hawks bringing 4. Arnold, wide out throw, and that one is incomplete. Kenai Walker working on Perry Thompson, and here comes the Auburn field goal unit.
It's a good job by Kenai Walker being able to play aggressively. This ball's a little bit late, but that's a far throw. Trying to throw from the opposite side of the hash, being able to get it to the sideline.
Well, here is Alex McPherson, and certainly it was a just not a good week for Alex. A tough week. First time in his career he missed a field goal inside 40 yards. He missed a couple of them. 1 of 4. This kick on the way, and he delivers. A confidence builder for that young man for sure. 3 more on the board for the Tigers. Their lead now is 10.
Kewan Lacey and the Rebels making it look easy. 3rd and goal from 2 yards out. That's a touchdown. 258 yards versus the #1 ranked defense in the country on the road. 22-10 Rebs.
Well, it's 10-0 here in Northwest Arkansas. Auburn with a good start to this one. This defense has given this offense an opportunity. Arkansas has kind of shot themselves in the foot a couple of times. 67 yards of offense, 138 yards of offense for Auburn. Rodney Hill with a chance to return this from the goal line. Boy, stretched out nicely by Auburn there, and Hill will get it out over the 15, but not much further than that. Marquez Robinson in on that special teams tackle for the Auburn Tigers. For the first time this season that the Arkansas offense has been held scoreless in the first 15 minutes. Third time Auburn's held an opponent to no points in the first quarter. Did it against Ball State and against the Georgia Bulldogs. Russell and Washington on each side of Taylon Green. Russell comes in motion near side. Green keeps it himself, and he's out over the 20 to the 23-yard line. Caleb Harris back there making a play for the Tigers defensively. Well, one thing you've noticed about watching tape of this Auburn team, it's obviously the struggles on offense, but one thing this defense has done, man, they have played every play like it's their last play this season.
They fly around and get to the ball like their hair is on fire, and I'm sure DJ Durkin has coached that. It shows up in play every single week.
Washington trying to find a little bit of a hole and has just enough to pick up that first down. Boy, he attacked that hole in a hurry. Malik Autry hanging on, the true freshman defensive tackle making the tackle.
Yeah, Caden Kittler, the center, created an opportunity and a window for Mike Washington to be able to hit that seam flush and pick up the first down.
Kittler, the redshirt junior, 3 years in Central Florida before making his way here to Fayetteville. Tigers bring some heat, and Arkansas makes them pay. Omega Blake with another catch. The transfer from Charlotte. A couple of 100-yard games this year. Picks up 8 there. He's been their guy.
Yeah, they've done a great job being able to protect Taylon Green and give him the opportunity to feed the rock to that man, because he's been outstanding whenever they get the ball in his vicinity.
Washington, he'll have the first down to the 42-yard line. To push it and shove it down the field. But Washington doing his job. Harrison, Woodyard bring him down, but fresh set of downs now for Arkansas.
Yeah, and this has been what has made Arkansas so successful, is being able to run the ball, but then have that balance off of it, but keep running it whenever there's opportunity and air there, and Mike Washington eventually breaks one for a long gain.
Taylon Green, 4 of 6 throwing the football for 69 yards. Toss it to Washington, strung out well by a bunch of white jerseys there, led by Xavier Atkins. Atkins came in with 48 tackles, leading the team. He's the only player in Power 4 football with 48 or more tackles. 9 tackles for loss and 5 sacks. Actually has 6, picked up another one today.
Been playing outstanding football, Dave.
Pass caught by Raylan Sharp down the sideline. Nobody gonna catch him. Touchdown, Arkansas. 58 yards.
It's that explosive Arkansas offense that we are accustomed to seeing. Taylon Green flips it out on a little RPO, actually. They just 2-man game. You got a slip by Rayshawn Pleasant. The field surface, that's a big slip on that, and provides an opportunity for Arkansas to get on the board.
Raylan Sharp, a transfer from Fresno State. Got his first start a couple of weeks ago against Tennessee and had a season-high 7 catches. They just put the Hogs on the board with that race down the near sideline.
Catch it in open space, use that speed, that God-given ability to be able to scorch the earth as he puts the Hogs on the board.
You're watching the SEC on ESPN. Dave Neal, Fozzie Whitaker, Morgan Uber from gorgeous Northwest Arkansas, where the Hogs just put up their first points of the game. 6 plays, 83 yards. Raylan Sharp with a 58-yard touchdown reception. Former FCS All-American when he played under Bobby Petrino at Missouri State. That's where their connection comes from. Let's get an update on Cam Coleman. Morgan?
Well, for Coleman, it is a right high ankle sprain. And guys, he is doing everything he can to try to get back into this game. He's been in and out of the tent, warming up, moving laterally, vertically, doing everything. But you can see it in his face. He's still experiencing pain. At points, he shakes his head, no. And then at points, you see yes. So still some uncertainty on his return right now. But he wants to be out there and help this offense any way he can.
Touchdown reception back in the first quarter. The opening drive for the Tigers. Jeremiah Cobb will be in the backfield. They'll go to Singleton, and he can't hang on to it. Kenai Walker over there. Good couple of drives for Auburn. And again, the question is, can they sustain this a little bit, especially in the second half?
Well, the goal is to play keep away just a little bit offensively, time of possession, picking up first downs, and then obviously putting points on the board is kind of the mindset that Hugh Freeze has taken going into this first half, and the approach has worked well so far.
Malcolm Simmons goes in motion. Arnold looking over the middle, and that one's knocked away. Trying to hit Singleton again. Julian Neal in his back pocket.
It's a great job by Julian Neal playing that tight, suffocating type of coverage. Jackson Arnold trying to fit it into that tight window, just not able to get it there. Now it sets up 3rd and long, which is where Auburn has struggled offensively.
3rd down and 10. Play clock goes into single digits.
Jackson Arnold has to get the ball out quickly to avoid taking a sack.
Arnold, pressure comes, he's dropped. Quincy Rhodes Jr.
Quincy Rhodes, unbelievable job. Usually lined up outside, but you see they slide him on the inside, able to attack the double team, using the stunt to be able to create separation between those two offensive linemen. 5 sacks coming into this game. You can add 1 more after that explosive dynamic play by Quincy Rhodes Jr.
Hudson Cock, the junior from Australia, to punt this one away. A high end over end kick. Cam Shanks tells everybody to get out of the way, and it takes a favorable Arkansas bounce back into Auburn territory. So a short field coming up for the Razorbacks. 7:33 to go here in the second quarter. Our Week 9 football lineup continues today, 4:15 Eastern Time. How about 22nd ranked Texas taking on Mississippi State? Then we cap the day off with number 17 Tennessee and Kentucky at 7:45. Both games right here on this very network. Of course, you can always catch it on the new ESPN app. Arch Manning, boy, just survival last week against Kentucky, but found a way to win, but not been very good on the road.
Has it inspired much confidence? And those numbers are kind of the tale of the tape of how inconsistent that Texas offense has been with Arch Manning at the helm.
Mississippi State's been oh so close for their first conference win in almost 2 years now. Green throws, has a man wide open. Rohan Jones makes the catch inside the 15. Caleb Harris finally trips him up, but he was wide open for the pickup of 36 yards.
Yeah, you're going to find Rohan Jones gives you that kind of sneaking out, acting like he's blocking, and then releases out late. Taylon Green gets the defense to suck up. That's another explosive play to his subtle target in Rohan Jones.
Taylon Green keeps it himself. Taylon inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line.
it's so hard to defend against a guy like that. It's so often Mike Washington is able to create opportunities in the run game inside, and you start focusing on him, and that's when Taylor Green pops you for one outside for a 9-yard pickup.
He has been so effective inside the red zone, been his money area. Averaging 7 yards a carry, but only needs 3 here if he decides to take it himself. The jumbo package in, fullback, 2 tight ends, I formation. They give it to the up back. Maddox Lassiter trying to power his way in, and not much room to run there. Got stuffed right at the line of scrimmage.
Looks like he picked up the first down.
Only needed about a half a yard, and that's about all he got. The big boys in white. Well, they churn a bunch of defensive linemen in and out of this game. They will play as many as 12 down linemen, Auburn, defensively.
They're all really good, too.
Give it to Russell. Braylon Russell trying to get his nose across the end line. I don't know that he did. Taylor Green thinks he did. No signal yet. Touchdown, Arkansas.
Here we go. You're going to see Corey Robinson on the left tackle. He's going to create a new line of scrimmage. Coach used to always say, finish with your man in the end zone, and typically good things happen, and Braylon Russell follows behind Corey Robinson II, finds his way into the end zone, and that's the way to send a statement with a physical run attack to pick up their second touchdown on the night.
Scott Starzik to attempt the point after. Former 5-star, true freshman kicker. 33 out of 33 in point afters this year. Well, after Auburn started with 10 straight, the Hogs have responded with 14 consecutive points of their own to take a 14-10 lead here with 5:24 to go in the first half. Let's go down to Morgan.
Well, Coach Petrino telling us yesterday we needed to get Russell more involved in this offense, and one of the biggest benefits to him this season has been running back Mike Washington being here. In fact, Washington, one of the first players to run up to him and give him a nice hug and high five after that TD. Washington showing him how to work, how to attack every day to set yourself up for success and bringing the right attitude, showing great maturity. And certainly seeing that here is this team, this energy, this Arkansas sideline filled with some really great energy right now.
Slow start for Arkansas out of the gates, but they have responded with back-to-back touchdowns now. 131 yards here in the second quarter, only 82 in that first quarter. And now Auburn's having to play catch-up. Sean Pleasant back to return this kick. And it'll be a touchback out to the 25-yard line. So Jackson Arnold back on the field. Still at some point we are expecting to see Ashton Daniels, a transfer from Stanford, but right now Arnold continues to run the show. Hugh Freeze says he didn't really have a set plan. It was kind of a feel thing for him coming into this game, but he certainly expected to get Daniels some snaps.
Well, Auburn has to be able to run the ball effectively. That's what keeps them ahead of the chains. If they get behind the chains, that spells trouble because the offense hasn't been efficient behind the chains.
Give it to Cobb, working the right side. Nice move, another nice move. First down for Jeremiah Cobb. Stephen Dix finally pushes him out. Caleb Wooden just saw him and then didn't see him.
Yeah, a couple people saw him and didn't see him. Just misses, and that's why Jeremiah Cobb is so dynamic. Getting him in open space has to be the #1 goal for this offense because of how explosive he can be in open field, and he showcased it right there on that big run.
Cobb again. Bradley Shaw has been getting more and more snaps for Arkansas at that linebacker position. A former 4-star, the sophomore out of Hoover, Alabama. Out of Hoover High School, makes the tackle on Cobb. Picks up 4.5 on that carry. Cobb coming off 111 yards in their last game on 19 carries, averaged just shy of 6 yards per carry. Working him the right side now. He turns the corner. First down, Auburn, close to the 40-yard line. Caleb Wooden hanging on for dear life over there.
It's a great job. Back-to-back-to-back plays to Jeremiah Cobb. Has moved this offense already past the 50-yard line, and that's kind of what they have to depend on in order to make sure that they stay balanced and also utilize their explosive dynamic playmaker in Jeremiah Cobb.
So Omar Maps in the second. Give it to the true freshman here, and he is tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Forward progress will get him out to the 39-yard line. Shakur Smalls, get credit for that tackle.
That's a tremendous job by Smalls. Reading run and then triggering immediately to minimize that gain to only 2 yards. That's what you have to have if you have that lighter box. Your nickel or your star player has to be effective in the run game.
There's Mapson. He'll have a first down to the 29-yard line. That's a gain of 10 for the youngster, who also reclassified to get to the Plains as quick as he could. Didn't have far to travel, though. Young man went to Auburn High School, a few miles away from the football facility over on the campus.
Yeah, you can see an identity shift by this Auburn offense on this drive as well. Keep pounding the rock. They're having success.
5 rushes, 46 yards on this drive for the Tigers. But a nice answer after giving up that touchdown. Jackson Arnold keeps it himself. Big collision, but he gets inside the 25 down to the 23, where Jordan Young puts his shoulder pads into Arnold. Thank you, boys. It has been a dreary day here in Northwest Arkansas. We've seen a little bit of rain. It's not much right now, but the field's certainly soggy. And Auburn going to stay with the run game that's been so effective on this drive. They have now rushed it 7 consecutive plays. Justice Boone gets credit of bringing down Cobb. No Cam Coleman since he went out in the first quarter with an ankle injury. They have turned it over to that guy right there, Jeremiah Cobb. Cobb now 13 carries, 89 yards. They'll fake it to Singleton. And Jackson Arnold gets a couple of yards. Saili and Jeff Rard. A couple of inside interior players there for Arkansas making the tackle. Saili didn't play against Texas A&M with an injury. They're glad to have him back, especially without Cameron Ball on the field today. Quick throw, that one's picked off. This has got a chance for a pick six. It will be. Nobody's going to catch Kenai Walker. 85 yards.
What an incredible read by Kenai Walker. Anticipating pass all the way. He steps up and makes a big play for this Arkansas defense that have prided themselves on trying to create takeaways and flipping the momentum. First pass of the drive, Dave. They had so much success handing it off to Kyle, handing it off to Mapson, and even Jackson Arnold utilizing his legs. And then they go to the air, and that's what happens. Arkansas makes them pay defensively.
Starzik to attempt this point after. That was their first turnover force this year against a Power 4 opponent, and it goes back to the end zone for the pick six for Kenai Walker, his first interception of the year.
Kenai Walker's uptight. Now, RPO is typically what Auburn does. If the box is outnumbered, then the DBs are taught to play the pass and be aggressive. Kenai Walker, even with the rain, it doesn't matter. He has the soft hands, reads it, gets in front, and it makes Jackson Arnold pay for trying to throw that pass into the boundary.
Fifth interception of the season for this Arkansas defense, and a defense that really has been much maligned throughout this season. And just like that drive, which was so impressive. And maybe the time we see this guy. 48 seconds to go before halftime. Maybe just get him a couple snaps, a feel for the game.
Before halftime, it might be a little difficult. Probably just run the ball, let the clock run out. Second half, though, I wouldn't be surprised to see a change.
This kick by Pleasant is returnable. Will be hit out of bounds around the 20-yard line, so 40 seconds, and here comes number 12, Ashton Daniels. His first appearance in an Auburn Tiger uniform. The young man who's from Buford, Georgia, Buford High School, transferred in from Stanford where he graduated in 3.5 years. Didn't get to campus though until summer so he could finish up with his degree. But a dual threat guy at Stanford, played a bunch of football, started 20 games in his career, played in 30, played as a true freshman.
Stand corrected, 2 timeouts. See how aggressive Coach Freeze wants to be with Ashton Daniels.
He's gonna keep it himself here, and his first hit picks up 9. And he'll throw it here. This pass is caught. That one goes to Malcolm Simmons. That'll stop the clock for a moment.
And showing confidence, letting him roll.
4-man rush this time. Flushes him out of the pocket. Flag comes down. A couple of flags. 3 flags in the backfield. Boy, Quincy Rhodes just got taken down like a WWE move.
Yeah, Dylan Wade, he got beat on that one up front.
Holding on the offense, number 52. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
Yeah, so you're going to see Quincy Rhodes now on the inside again. He gets lined up one-on-one with Dylan Wade. That inside swim move. You just can't do that as an offensive guy tackling the defender. That gets called every single time, and it backs up that Auburn offense.
Handoff to Mapson, and that'll do it for the first half. But Auburn puts up over 200 yards of offense. Arkansas right there with them at 198. Let's get down to the field of Morgan.
Coach, your team playing complementary football right now. What do you like about the way your defense has started this game?
Yeah, I think they've done a nice job. They held them to a field goal, then we get a pick for a touchdown. It's a great job of stepping up.
Auburn makes the change at quarterback. What challenge does Ashton Daniels present?
Well, he's a really good runner, and he's got a lot of experience, so we're going to have to understand what they want to do when he's in the game.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Of the first half. Pleasant will bring it out from 2 yards deep to the far side. Daniel. Pleasant breaks a couple of tackles, and he is dropped at midfield. A nifty return, so Auburn and Ashton Daniels will have excellent field position to start this third quarter. But your take on just like where you think Auburn is right now after getting off to a good start. Now they're down 11.
Yeah, you get good field position by that kickoff return. Now Ashton Daniels has to continue to focus on feeding the rock and protecting the football. Ultimate goal is continue to establish the run to be able to put them where they need to be offensively.
Yeah, Auburn moving the football extremely well in their last possession right before the pick six. They just were pounding it on the ground and then decided to throw. I think it was 7 or 8 straight runs and then the interception for the pick six, and certainly a lot of momentum now on this Razorback side of the field. They will give it to Cobb right out of the gate. Jeremiah with a nice run with some authority inside the 35 down to the 31, a gain of 20 on their opening play.
Yeah, and that's what you have to continue to do. You got to counter play, and they're able to block hat on a hat. Jeremiah Cobb in open space is a problem for any defense, and he's able to exploit this Arkansas's run defense, which has been so-so in defending against him today.
Cobb now with 97 yards on the ground on 12 carries, averaging over 8 yards. Again, it's Cobb. That's inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line. Let's go down to Morgan.
We'll expect a whole lot of more running from Auburn. Hugh Freeze telling me he loves the way that his team is running the ball. Arkansas's defense cannot find a way to stop them, but very displeased with the decision-making of quarterback Jackson Arnold in the first half, which is why he went to the decision going with Ashton Daniels. Expect to see Daniels here in the rest of this one. And as far as an update on wide receiver Kim Coleman, the x-rays did come back negative. It's just a matter of if he can cut on that right ankle sprain he's dealing with. He's questionable for return, guys.
Hey, I've not seen him here on this opening drive yet as they go on the ground again. Here's Cobb. He's down to the 18-yard line. Caleb Wooden making the tackle, but Cobb has come out ready to go here in the third quarter. And again, this is similar to the last drive.
Yeah, and here's the thing. With a light box, you have to continue to hammer the run. 3 down linemen by Arkansas with the absence of Cam Ball. That leads to Auburn being able to do what they've been doing all game long, and that's establishing the run game.
This time, Stephen Dix Jr. meets Cobb in the hole. Gain of a couple. Cobb now with his 4th 100-yard game this season. Had his career high of 121 versus Ball State back in early September. He's up to 112 now. Something tells me he's going to set a new career high by the end of the day today.
As long as he gets the ball, that's probably what is going to happen.
2nd down and 8. Perry Thompson goes in motion. Looking that way. Good strong throw to the outside. Thompson makes the catch. He's inside the 10, close to the line to gain. Kenai Walker over there. A little zip on the pass from Daniels.
Yeah, being able to throw it across the field on the opposite hash. It shows you his arm strength that Ashton Daniels possesses. That's not an easy throw. And being able to get it there with the timing being accurately was most important.
Stack some receivers over there to the far side. Fake it to Cobb, going to the end zone, and that one's overthrown. He was trying to hit Thompson again, whose birthday is today, by the way. Turns 20 years old, so happy birthday to number 3 out of Foley, Alabama. They're going to have somebody step up, and Perry's been one of those guys that's been working his way into the rotation more and more. They, again, haven't used a bunch of receivers this season, really just a 4-man rotation. Cobb, left side, hits Dix, bounces off him, and then gets some Arkansas help defensively to stop that rush. Larry Worth, the third, coming up. Cobb and Wooden, of course, Wooden, the former Auburn Tiger, transferred in this year, so he and Jeremiah Cobb just getting reacquainted.
Oh yeah, 3rd and goal here too. Expect tight coverage on the outside, sell out for the run by this Arkansas defense, being able to try to force Ashton Daniels, if he throws it, to be able to make an inaccurate throw.
Daniels looking. Working the right side, and he gets knocked out of bounds around the 5 by Jordan Young. And here comes the Auburn field goal units. Drive stalls out inside the 10-yard line. See if Alex McPherson can finish this one off, but a respectable drive to say the least coming out of that locker room.
Yeah, being able to get downfield. Probably disappointed with your field position and not able to finish, but you expect to get 3 points here.
McPherson made from 36 earlier, this from 23, and he splits them. So an 8-point game.
Opposite, we got a ball game in Norman, 25-20. Here come the Sooners, Dave.
You know, Fozzie and I were talking about that game today. It was just like, who do you like? It's just like, there are so many things about each team that you like, some things you don't like. It's hard to pick this one. I think it's going to come down to like the final couple plays in Norman. That kick will bounce out of the end zone. This Arkansas team has been one of the better big play offenses, but now they've got a couple big plays from defense as well. But first off, got to have the big play in this. If you want to play for Bobby Petrino, you better be able to make the big play.
Yeah, and that's what Taylor Green provides, being able to distribute it to multiple receivers and then capitalizing on opportunities. And it's been Rohan Jones, it's been Mike Washington, it's been Raylan Sharp. All of these guys having their chances to be able to showcase their big play ability.
They lead the country in all those numbers on your right. 10-yard plays, 20-yard plays, 20-yard rushes, #1 in the entire country. Quick hitter to Raylan Sharp, and he is wrapped up as he gets to the 29-yard line. Talking to Bobby Petrino about his offense, and this is our 3rd time being with Coach Petrino, but I asked him, I said, when you came out of fall camp, I mean, did you think that it would look like this? And he was like, absolutely. I knew when we got what we had, our speed, we increased our speed. We had multiple more big play potential players. Injured player down is Caleb Harris, a sophomore out of Bessemer, Alabama, being attended to.
Yeah, he was the first one in on that tackle of Raylan Sharp as well. Might have seemed as though he landed a little awkwardly once he fell off Raylan Sharp's body. See, first one to make contact. And that hip kind of hits the ground first as he's trying to attempt that first tackle against Raylan Sharp, and he grabs it immediately. And then went down to the ground.
Good to see him jogging off. Hope he can return to this one. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for this Arkansas offense. Mike Washington is your running back to the left of Taylor Green. Raylan Sharp goes in motion, 3-man rush by Auburn. Taylor Green. Pass is caught by Omega Blake, and he gets maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 coming up for Arkansas. Robert Woodyard out there for the tackle. Arkansas today 0 for 2 on third downs.
Here's your heavy blitz look that you typically see from DJ Durkin. You get guys lined up on the line of scrimmage. You don't know which guy is going to rush, which one is going to drop back. It can create some problems protecting on the offensive side.
Three-man rush. Green in trouble. Boy, Atkins came flying out. He was definitely in spy mode, and when he saw Green break that pocket, he made a beeline for number 10.
Yeah, Xavier Atkins dropping back here. You're going to see that's the guy that has the responsibility of Taylon Green and ensures that Taylon Green does not get outside of him and throws the ball away as they get their first stop of this second half.
Atkins had a career-high 11 tackles against Missouri last week. Coaches just rave about this young man, just a sophomore, and just scratching the surface on how good he can be. Flags are down.
That kick team wasn't set yet.
False start on the offense. Not all 11 players were set for 1 second. Number 9, 5-yard penalty. It's still fourth down.
Omega Blake turned around and said, I wasn't set. You should have seen me.
Let me get set. We could hear from all the way up here. How about that? Your starting receiver is one of your starting gunners on punt, though.
That punt is blocked. Tigers get a piece of it. It goes out of bounds inside the 45. Justin Jones got a piece of it.
Excellent execution by this Auburn kick return team. Scheming it up. Jones just unblocked off that left side of the line. Shoots his hands right to the foot of the punter. They pick up some valuable yardage in the return game to set up this Auburn offense in plus territory.
They will spot it at the 43-yard line. So they're going to move it back, I believe, to the 46-yard line. They're going to have to adjust the chains for a moment. That's what they're doing right now. But a huge special teams play from Auburn after picking up a field goal on their opening possession.
After the kickoff return, that put them in plus territory as well.
The ball bounced out of bounds at the 43-yard line. It will be Auburn's ball at the 43, first down.
So now they're going to move it back to the 43.
That's just making sure everybody is paying attention in the stadium, right?
Well, Cam Coleman, the big news here, Cam Coleman on the field right now, split out here to the very near side. He's your outside receiver. First play since the first quarter when he went out with an ankle, what appears to be an ankle injury. Handoff, Jeremiah Cobb. Boy, just keeping an eye on Coleman, and he's trying to keep that thing loose. You see that right ankle has been taped up. That's probably got 3 layers on it.
Yeah, you got to protect the goods. To see him running as well as you see on this play, on the replay, he's moving gingerly on it, but he's able to push off, which is the ultimate thing. For a guy like that, having him on the field, his presence alone still provides an opportunity to take advantage of offensively.
Here's Ashton Daniels trying to kick it to the outside. Does so, has a first down and a whole bunch more. Boy, we were watching some Stanford highlights in the run game, and how many, there's 6 or 7 plays that look exactly like that.
Absolutely, and you can see he possesses this ability. He hasn't had much time on the football field this season. Got fresh legs, he showcases that, and then reads the hole like a running back. This is what Coach Freeze is looking for to provide that spark offensively.
Young man out of Buford, Georgia, went to that powerhouse in North Georgia called Buford High School. Boy, has all day to throw, decides to unload it underneath to the 20-yard line. That one goes to Brandon Frazier. He'll get a couple of yards on there, but Daniels, who didn't win a whole lot at Stanford. The program obviously had taken a turn after David Shaw left that program. They struggled. He started 20 games, but just 5 of 15 as a starter. But his high school team, though, he led them to 3 consecutive state championships in the biggest classification of the state of Georgia. Take your best high school football program in whatever state you live in. That's what Buford High School is.
Absolutely. He's a winner, and he's showcased he can be a winner at that level for sure.
Handoff right side, Jeremiah Cobb. Stephen Dix picking up that stop. Well, these are the moments in the game where you wonder, this Arkansas defense, not a lot of depth. They haven't played a whole bunch of guys. You know, Auburn's playing 25, 30 guys every day. Arkansas's playing less than 20 every game.
And that's a huge factor in the second half, especially on third downs when you're trying to get in fresh bodies to get after the quarterback. They're going to need that on this one. Try to create some pressure. Quincy Rhodes right in the middle. Keep your eye out here. It's already 2 sacks on the day.
Daniels whistles will stop this play.
Delay of game, offense.
3rd and 5 goes to 3rd and 10.
That's a critical mistake right there. You're switching new quarterbacks. First opportunity to get some game action with this team. And that's a mistake that you can't have happen in the red zone, especially on third down. Quincy Rhodes.
Daniels flushed. Stays on his feet. Long way to go. Not even close. Got back to the line of scrimmage. Sori, Saili chasing him down. It'll be 4th down and 10.
You see, oh, there's a little contact there as Ashton Daniels going down, and defensive player there. That probably should be reviewed.
McPherson, though, will attempt this 41-yarder. And I think you're right. I think they're going to stop this play for a moment.
I think that had the indicators.
The previous play is under review to review the spot where the runner went out of bounds.
Boy, Hugh Freeze is talking to official over there about that hit on Daniels.
Yeah, and maybe they'll use this as a time to review that hit as well. But take a look. As his foot gets very close to that out of bounds, right on the line, it does appear that it slides and touches white before he's able to spin around. His foot right there at the 25-yard line appears to hit that white part of out of bounds, and then there's that contact right at the end by Quincy Rhodes Jr.
On the video review, the runner stepped out at the 25-yard line. The ball will be placed there. It's 4th down.
So McPherson is hit from 36. He's hit from 23. This will be from 33. Excuse me, this will be from 43. Execution is good, and so is the kick. So after a 1-for-4 performance last week, Texas A&M right now as we sit here late October, they're on a collision course for an SEC championship match, but there's a lot to be determined. This is the wildest I can remember race for an SEC championship at this point in the season. There are so many things left to be determined.
Absolutely, and so many great games to look forward to. Matchups. It's going to be an awesome finish to the SEC conference race, and we'll see who ends up in Atlanta.
So out to the 25-yard line on the touchback. Time to get an update. Peter Burns, it's all yours.
Dave, we have a classic brewing in Norman. We saw Xavier Robinson take one 65 yards to the house this time on 3rd and 7. Yes, gets in. They go for the Dos Equis, go for Dos. No. But Oklahoma up 26-25. Ole Miss driving, though.
That's going to be a wild one. This one's shaping up to be another close affair. Boy, every game in this league seems to come down to the wire. Crazy. Handoff inside goes to Mike Washington, who's had a quiet afternoon. Atkins again with the tackle there. Atkins now with 6 stops to lead Auburn. But yeah, Mike Washington, you feel like he's got to be a bigger part of this one.
Yeah, and 8 carries so far. I think that was his 9th attempt. You got to get him more touches to be able to be utilized in that run game. But this is also what Auburn does really well, is stop the run.
Back-to-back 100-yard games for Mike Washington. Yeah, this Auburn team only gives up 87 yards a game on the ground. Taylor Green keeps it dancing around, but again, the swarming, that ball was down. He ruled down, scooped up. Sylvester Smith was not going to be denied his opportunity to get to the end zone.
Hey, you never take any chances. We take a closer look to see. Knee is down. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's easy. Ball pops out after both knees and elbow hit the ground. But that's smart by Sylvester Smith, making sure, just in case.
3rd down. 3-man rush. They get it to Washington near side. He has the first down at the 43-yard line. Robert Woodyard was running with him, but Washington came up with the catch, a gain of 11.
It's a great job by Taylor Green, recognizing man-to-man coverage. The speed of Mike Washington to get out into the flats, with Woodyard taking that high angle to defend him. Easy pickup for the first down.
Washington splits out wide. Green backpedaling. Flag comes in. And Green will be dropped at the 39 by Atkins.
It's another sack by Xavier Atkins. You're going to see Malik blocked in one-on-one here with Amarian Harris.
Holding.
He just takes him all the way down to the ground as he loses his footing. And Taylor Green's not able to escape the clutches of Xavier Atkins out in space. And Xavier Atkins has done a phenomenal job being that spy on Taylor Green and picking up, yet again, his 3rd sack on today.
Gives him 8 on the season, now with a dozen TFLs. And he was the happiest person on the field when they declined the penalty because he got credit for the sack.
Yeah, keep it.
Green going down the middle. Rohan Jones with the catch. It'll be 1st and goal, Arkansas.
What an absolute dime by Taylor Green to Rohan Jones. You see, you got time in the pocket, and even with the rainy weather and early contact, Rohan Jones still able to make that catch. Outstanding job.
7th 50-yard play or more for the Hogs this year. That ties Ole Miss for an SEC high. Here's Russell, or Green keeps it. They fake it to Russell. Atkins, though, not fooled at all, makes another tackle behind the line of scrimmage. This guy is something else.
You don't see that ball placement. Even with the defender draped on Rohan Jones, he's able to come down with that catch and make an acrobatic catch.
Woo. Well, Malik blocked, offensive lineman. Hopefully he will be well enough to get back into this one. Part of that rotation in the defensive front for the Tigers. Right now their hands are full as Arkansas has set up inside the 15-yard line. A 6-play, 61-yard drive to this point. Leading it by 5. This time they give it to Braylon Russell. Driving his way inside the 10. He'll be pushed at. They'll spot him at the 9-yard line. First one there was Dallas Walker, the 4th. Coach Petrino tells us every week, man, we got to just get number 0 the ball more, but it's kind of hard with Mike Washington, what he's been able to do.
Right.
Now Rodney Hill will get some work in at running back. Taylor Green over the middle, pass is incomplete. Trying to hit Raylan Sharp. And here comes the Arkansas kicking unit.
Yeah, the defense was very tight on that coverage. Taylor Green unable to find that open window and that separation by Raylan Sharp, and that Auburn defense stands in the red zone.
Scott Starzik, 7 of 9 this year. 2 of 2 in their last game. This from 27. Well, he's going to be a good one. A freshman out of the Woodlands High School in Texas. Makes his 8th field goal in 10 tries. 24-16 our score. Gives us an opportunity to take a look at our good hands play, brought to you by Allstate. Go back to the first quarter, and this is one of the great catches you'll see this year. Outstanding coverage. Actually, maybe could have thrown a flag on that, but regardless, what a grab by Cam Coleman.
Fender draped all on your body. Cam Coleman still steps up and showcases why he's a force to be reckoned with as one of the top receivers in the SEC.
Unfortunate for Auburn that he has twisted an ankle on him. He was just trying to block and got rolled up on a play.
Yep.
And they have didn't play really second quarters, played just a couple of snaps in the third quarter, but looks like he wants to get back on that football field, but clearly not 100%.
Yeah, but any percentage of Cam Coleman is better than a lot of other people's 100%.
Rayshawn Pleasant bobbles it, picks it up around the 12, giving Arkansas an opportunity to converge on him inside the 20-yard line. So here comes a flag in a little bit late at the end of that play.
It's an extracurricular.
There is no foul for an illegal blindside block. It's first down.
Clean that up, and Auburn will run Ashton Daniels back out at quarterback. Last year he rushed for 669 yards, 3 touchdowns. In his career, he's a 1,000-yard rusher. He's rushed for 1,100 yards in his career. Completed 60% of his passes over his career at Stanford for almost 4,000 yards. Here's Cobb. 25 out to the 28-yard line. It's going to be just shy. They're actually going to spot it back closer to the 27, so he's going to be a yard shy of the line to gain.
Still the recipe for success for this Auburn offense. Feature Jeremiah Cobb quarterback run against this light box that has not been able to stop you so far.
3-man rush. Ashton Daniels going up top, hoping Singleton can make a play, and he does! Down to the 25-yard line, battling Kenai Walker, and he won that battle. 48-yard pickup.
Bobby Petrino, coach, these final 15 minutes, an 8-point lead. How do you hang on?
We got to go drive the ball and score touchdowns. We get our offense to get back out on the field and go drive down and score touchdowns.
What do you need to see from your defense here?
We need to hold another field goal right here.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, no gray area. It's first down and 10. Ashton Daniels came in with 48 seconds to go in the second quarter and has been their quarterback since. Pump fakes. Still on his feet. Inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line, making something out of nothing. Bradley Shaw finally drags him down, but a gain of 7.
And the decision-making by Ashton Daniels there, instead of waiting and sitting back in the pocket, he tucks it, makes a decision, gets downfield, breaks a tackle, and now it puts you in second and short. It's what this offense needs to be in order to stay efficient.
Oh, big hole off the left side. Cobb inside the 10, first down Auburn. Steven Dix just hanging on. A 9-yard pickup for Jeremiah Cobb.
Yeah, and right off that left side, you thought this was going to be a touchdown. The way Jeremiah Cobb was able to hit it full steam. Steven Dix Jr. does a great job coming off the block. That's a touchdown saving tackle, but the damage is done, being able to move Auburn's offense first and goal.
140 yards on the ground, a career high for Cobb. Daniel running into some trouble. Spins out, throws on the run to the end zone, right through the hands of Malcolm Simmons.
Auburn avoided disaster right there. Pressure in the face. You got to be able to get rid of it. Jordan Young not able to capitalize on the pressure he was able to send. Malcolm Simmons right off the bat, wide open. And Ashton Daniels finds him late, but too late, the damage has been done. Incomplete pass. And Auburn escapes with one there.
Here's Cobb, breaks one tackle, cuts it back. He'll get it down to the 5. It'll be 3rd and goal from there. Ian Jeffrard making the tackle. Cobb's previous high was 121 yards against Ball State.
3rd down here. I expect you got Cam Coleman in there. Give him an opportunity to go make a play in this ball game. Still got to be able to spy the quarterback as well.
Cobb hit and dropped. Larry Worth III comes up from his safety spot to make the play. It's 4th down and goal from about the 3.5-yard line. And Auburn going to keep their offense on the field.
It's a big play right here. Got to get the ball in Ashton Daniels' hands, rolling out, be able to get a run pass option.
Flags are down. False start against Auburn.
False start on the offense, number 52 and number 42. That's a 5-yard penalty, and it remains 4th down.
And you remember, you got a new starting center and a new quarterback, and the communication and timing is just a little bit off, which led to a penalty. And now a field goal attempt that Bobby Petrino talked about at the end of the 3rd quarter.
17-year-old center in his first SEC start on the road. This from 26. McPherson's made from 36, 23, 43, and you can add another one on the board. Alex has closed it to a 5-point game. A long way to go. Just over 12 minutes to 5 times today. 4 field goals, 1 pick six, and they trail by 5. The touchdown came on their opening possession. Arkansas with 21 straight points in the second quarter. This kick will bounce in the end zone and out to the 25-yard line. So Bobby Petrino telling Morgan Uber at the end of the third quarter, our offense has got to get it together. We need touchdowns. See what they have in store on this drive. Taylon Green today, 10 of 14, 230 yards and 1 touchdown. He's carried it 6 times for only 4 yards. Remember, he came in averaging 7 yards a carry, has rushed for 590 yards on the season, but against this stout Auburn front, hadn't been a whole lot of room for either he or Washington. They'll fake it to Washington. Green underneath, and not a good throw there. Braylon Sharp didn't have much of a chance to catch that one. And it'll be second down.
Yeah, timing seemed a little bit off on that. Taylon Green's expecting Braylon Sharp to kind of throttle as he's going towards the sideline to give him some space to run after the catch, and that just didn't happen there.
Little toss to Washington. Tried to hurdle the man, couldn't do it. Champ Anthony getting his job done on the back end for Auburn, and it'll be third down and about 7.
And look at the attempted hurdle by Mike Washington. He gets up and over, but Champ Anthony does a great job keeping his eyes up and bringing down Mike Washington one-on-one. Third downs is where Auburn has been really good at. And here's that blitz look. You got all these guys at the line of scrimmage creating confusion.
7 of them, now 8 of them at the line of scrimmage. Underneath route, pass caught, C.J. Brown, his 20th grab of the year. First down for Arkansas, gain of 9.
And you're gonna see the pocket that's created right here by this offensive line, being able to sort the blitz, give Taylon Green literally all the time that he needs, and C.J. Brown does the rest in man-to-man coverage and picks up the first down.
Washington. Big collision at the 41-yard line with Atkins. First down carry, picks up close to 5. Taylon Green, we told you about his passing yards, 239 yards today, but his only rush for 4. Just from a statistical standpoint, 6 straight games with 200-plus passing yards and 50-plus rush yards. That's the second longest streak by an SEC player in the last 2 decades. Dak Prescott had 9 straight games for the Mississippi State Bulldogs in 2014. Handoff goes to Washington. Dallas Walker, the 4th. Boy, bringing up another third down for this Arkansas offense. But remember, they have been really good. They are the 3rd best third down team in the country.
Yeah, they execute well, and it's because of the way the offensive line is able to identify pressure looks as well as the athletic ability of Taylon Green, escaping a pocket and extending plays. Expect another pressure look here again, as you got all these guys lined up at the line of scrimmage.
3-man rush, quick throw, and that one's picked off. Rayshawn Pleasant will take it back for the Auburn touchdown. 48 yards. This Auburn defense steps up again. There are multiple flags, but I think we're going to get a blindside block on the return,
which would negate the touchdown. offense. So touchdown will stand.
Rayshawn Pleasant.
Whew.
His first interception of the season.
Following the change of team possession, personal foul, illegal blindside block on Arkansas number 55. The touchdown counts. That penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal on the try.
You're going to see all these guys are mugged up here to create the same look that Taylor Green just saw on the last third down. But then Rayshawn Pleasant playing cover two. They drop back, able to read the eyes and undercut the receiver. He showcases the soft hands to be able to catch it and then take it the distance to be able to put the Auburn Tigers up late in this game.
And Auburn going to go for two here. They bring Ashton Daniels out, shotgun formation, Cobb to his left. As they go for Dos, brought to you by Dos Equis, and yeah, pop the top on that one, boys. 2-point conversion for the Tigers, 27-24. They'll face this high-powered offense. Joey Aguilar coming up at 7:45 Eastern Time right here on the SEC Network. And don't forget, you can always catch it on the ESPN app. But DJ Durkin, I mean, this defense has been phenomenal all year. But that last play call by him, top shelf stuff.
Absolutely. Being able to put pressure on Arkansas is what they want to do.
Hogs will get the football back, and Taylor Green, the senior, now in his second year under Bobby Petrino in this offense, transferring in from Boise State. Well, he's just got to flush that, I would think. And that, how hard or easy is that?
It's not that easy because it just happened. The other aspect is the game plan that Bobby Petrino is trying to implement. He doesn't have the opportunity to do so because the time of possession and the number of plays that Arkansas has run hasn't favored what they do best.
Well, this Auburn defense has not given up more than 24 points in any game this year, and obviously Arkansas sitting on that number currently. Nice catch there by Blake, just kind of sat down in that little zone area, and Green able to find him for a pickup of 16.
It's a great strike, and that's the way to get rid of it, right? Flush it by being able to deliver the next one as intentional and forcefully as Taylor Green was able to do there, back to his number one target, Omega Blake.
Tigers bringing 4. Razorbacks go to the air again and find Omega Blake. He lost the football. Sylvester Smith with it. He's inside the 40 down to the 35-yard line. Back-to-back turnovers by this Tiger defense.
On the field is a fumble returned by the defense, first down.
Xavier Atkins again right in the middle of this play.
And that's what this Auburn defense does. They feast on opportunities. You had the pick 6 last drive. Now you're going to get a Xavier Atkins being able to punch the ball loose from the backside. And Sylvester Smith, he was practicing for this earlier, was able to capitalize and put the Auburn offense back on the football field.
Reynolds Razorback Stadium, where things have gotten quite chilly for the Razorbacks. Back-to-back turnovers, one a pick 6, and now a fumble sets up Ashton Daniels in this offense. Xavier Sorey in on that tackle, but Daniels takes it down to the 30-yard line. And this Auburn defense, they have carried the weight this season, and Atkins having one of those games, man. I think we're going to see these type of numbers from him. 10 total tackles, 3 TFLs, couple of sacks, forced fumble. I think this is going to be kind of the norm for him from here on out.
Absolutely. He's one of the most dynamic linebackers in the country. He's making his presence known here for Auburn's defense today.
Going with Cobb, tries to cut it back, but slips on this turf. Larry Worth will get credit for the tackle. Cobb with a career-high rushing today. 145 yards on the ground.
3rd and 5, I wouldn't be surprised if This is an area that Hugh Freeze would want to hand the ball back off to Jeremiah Cobb. See how much he can get you.
There goes Simmons in motion. They'll go to him on the outside and covered well by Arkansas. Got back to the line of scrimmage. See if he wants to keep the offense out here on the field. He's kind of in that gray area. And he will keep the offense out there on a 4th down, and let's call it 5. But now here comes the kicking team as he changes his mind. This is about the range McPherson was comfortable in pregame warm-ups. You and I were watching him. This will be from 46. Look at 47-yarder on the way from McPherson. Kick on the way, and it just does get over the crossbar. How about his day? He made from 36, 23, 43, 26, and now 47. A 5 field goal game after going 1 for 4 in their close loss to Missouri last week.
Yeah, and what makes this even more difficult is the footing that kickers have to have on a wet surface. He's able to plant that left leg into the ground securely, and then obviously sends it through the upright.
You know, Coach Freeze, we asked him about Alex and where his mind was after that disappointment, and he said, you know, nobody cares more about being successful for his teammates than this guy right here. He says he was in tears last week, just totally upset about it. But man, talk about a story of redemption.
Yeah.
Flushing things. I would say that Alex, his journey, his health issues, all that, and he's still out here trying to win games for a school he loves.
With a smile on his face while doing it as well. Well deserved with his performance so far in this game.
Still just a 6-point game, though. I mean, there's plenty of opportunity for this Arkansas offense, a team that averages, again, 37 points a game, one of the most high-powered offenses in the country. They have just coughed it up on back-to-back possessions. And this game has turned in the last 10 minutes because of these.
Yeah, you have the pick 6 here, Rayshawn Pleasant. Able to read the eyes of Taylor Green and then take it the distance with the ball in his hands. He's extremely dangerous. And then your number 1 go-to target, Omega Blake, has the ball knocked out by Xavier Atkins, and Sylvester Smith able to add some yardage onto it. It's a completely different ball game.
They're going to have to call a timeout. Right off the sideline, the Arkansas Razorbacks need a timeout.
There must have been some miscommunication. You typically don't see that after a kick. And being able to be kind of confused, that causes issues for you offensively.
Let's go down to Morgan.
I mean, what has this coaching staff told us the 3 times we've covered them this year, but specifically in the coaching change through the transition, teammates look to Taylor Green, and guys, despite the lows that they faced in these last 2 drives, his teammates continue to look for him. He is a model of consistency, showing no emotion and eager to bounce back.
See his numbers today for Taylor Green, 13 of 19, 271. Again, big plays. They have been the MO for this offense all year long, and they'll perhaps need a couple of more along the way this afternoon. Down 6, 6:23 to play. Trying to set up a little wide receiver screen, and that went nowhere. I'm going to say it again, but it's Atkins again, right in the middle of the field. And this guy has been unbelievable today.
Ball magnet, see ball, get ball, reads the screen, undercuts Kittler trying to get to him, and then obviously gets to the point of attack and make his presence felt. Another TFL you can add into the stat sheet. There's that same look again. All of these guys.
Green out over the 30 to the 32, so at least you got a manageable third down coming up. But Atkins again chasing him down for another tackle, but a pickup of 10 for Taylor Green.
Yeah, and that's where Taylor Green's so special. There are 3 different defenders for Auburn that thought they were going to get a sack on him or at least get him down. He's still able to pick up 10 yards, and that's what he does well on third down as he gets in 3rd and 3. This is pressure territory for DJ Durkin, and expect Xavier Atkins to be that spy guy over the top.
Washington. Big collision, ball comes out again. Atkins there to meet him, but they're going to say he was down.
Yeah, Champ Anthony coming from that safety position, able to put a hat right on the shoulder along with Xavier Atkins to stop the forward progress of Mike Washington.
4-man rush. Green steps up, fires, and that one is picked off. Pleasant again. His second today, his second in the 4th quarter, and Auburn in business again in 3 consecutive turnovers by Arkansas.
Yeah, here's Rayshawn Pleasant playing that cover 2 look again at the bottom of your screen. He's able to sink back with nobody pressuring him underneath and then undercut the overthrow. And that's exactly how you teach it. If you don't have a threat, then you get back and go. And Rayshawn Pleasant, with soft hands, he's able to possess. 2nd interception of the day. And that's been the story of the game in the second half, is Auburn making some big plays defensively. Team.
Handoff goes to Cobb, wrapped up by Quincy Rhodes. +6 in the turnover margin this season. Boy, they were just, no other word but horrendous in that department last year. -9. Ooh, that'll get you beat.
Yeah, big time. Being able to force 3 takeaways in this game, that helps you win games conversely.
They get it to Cobb out in the flat. Tries to hit the brakes, and he is walloped at the 31-yard line by Caleb Wooden, the former Auburn Tiger. Julian Neal also over there. 3rd down and a couple, though.
It's a great play call there by Hugh Freeze, being able to get his back in space and utilizing the screen game so the ball gets out of Ashton Daniels' hand very well. 3rd down for this Arkansas defense. We haven't seen much pressure looks, but you would imagine this late in the game, they got to try to force some pressure to be able to force Ashton Daniels to make a mistake.
Here's Cobb. He is wrapped up at the line. Twisted around. That should be, it's going to be close to the line to gain. Jeff Farrar able to wrap him up. Big number 95 at 390 pounds. It's going to be 4th down and about a yard. Here come the big boys.
It looks like his progress is, whenever he touches the ground, is further.
Yeah, it's close. It's like almost at the 28.
Yeah, I think it's at the line to gain. And you're going to take a closer look at this as he gets spun around. His leg finally goes down. That ball.
His knee's at like the 29, but
yeah,
the ball's further down the field. Yeah,
well past that. Sorry. That timeout by Arkansas may actually give the referees time to go back and review that spot. So another look again. As he's getting spun around, the leg goes down. The ball is well past the 29-yard line. surprised they're not reviewing this spot.
So Daniels will go under center. All the big boys are in this one. Handoff right side, and that should be good enough for the first down. They go with, of course, Jeremiah Cobb. And they will move the chains. Cobb, we thought this might be a game that he got 25, 30 carries. Well, he is trending in that direction. He is at 26 carries for 149 yards.
It's been a day for him, and it's not over. Expect him to still get the boatload these last 2 minutes.
Cobb again working that left side and stays on his feet to the 25. Almost broke out of there. But that'll get us to the 2-minute timeout. Arkansas Ole Miss just hung on in Norman, Oklahoma for a win against the Sooners, and Auburn and Hugh Freeze trying to hold on here. 30-24, 2 minutes to play, second down and 8, one more first down, and this thing's over with. Handoff right side. Cobb tried to break a tackle, couldn't do it. Caleb Wooden in there again to make a tackle. Boy, Caleb now with 11 stops today, facing his old teammates. He and Larry Worth on that back end been involved in a bunch of collisions today.
Yeah, and Wooden's making his presence felt, hanging on for dear life on Jeremiah Cobb, and then Larry Worth trying to clean him up, get them down to give them an opportunity to try to get the ball back one more time.
Caleb Wooden's brother, of course, outstanding player at Auburn. Colby, he was a 4th-round pick by the Packers. What do you make of Ashton Daniels in his 2 quarters and change today? His first time playing for the Tigers.
He's done a decent job. He was asked to basically manage, able to hit the downfield shot to Eric Singleton and making that big play, and then utilizing his legs in the run game. But Jeremiah Cobb has been kind of the story in the second half for this offense to stay consistently moving and getting points on the board, and then Alex McPherson capping off the rest.
Daniels trying to work that left side and driving down to the 20-yard line. Larry Worth again in there to make the play. This clock will continue to run on 4th down.
They'll use the timeout, let the clock run down as long as possible.
Send Alex McPherson back out there.
Make it a 2-possession game.
The last time an Auburn field goal kicker connected on 6 field goals in a game, it was Daniel Carlson against LSU in 2016. He hit 6 against those Tigers. Alex McPherson today, 5 out of 5 from 36, 23, 43, 26, and 47. Of course, a young man that has just battled some severe health issues, just fought his way to get back onto this team, and had such a disappointment last week. And again, Hugh Freeze telling us he was in tears last week over the performance. But he had confidence. He said, I'm not worried about it.
The bounce back by Alex McPherson, it's been incredible and remarkable to see. You get a chance here again to go do something that hasn't happened in almost 10 years. But more importantly, give his team an opportunity to take a 2-score lead late in this game.
The spot will be at the 27. A 37-yard attempt is on the way. It is dead solid perfect. What a day for Alex McPherson. Give him the game ball. It is a 2-possession game with 1:06 to play.
That may have been the fastest operation to be able to kick the ball and execute it that I've seen. As soon as the ref blew the whistle in, the ball was snapped, and then Alec McPherson does the rest. And what an incredible job and game plan implemented by this Auburn Tiger offense and defense, capped off with the special team showing up in a big way.
Hey, listen, if you're a sports fan, this is why you love sports.
Yes.
Stories of redemption,
Yes.
and courage, and all that goes into it. And that guy right there is the epitome of that.
Yes, absolutely.
So if you're Arkansas right now, again, you're just trying to snap this 5-game skid and thought maybe you came in against a wounded Auburn team and you just gifted them 3 turnovers, 3 extra possessions in the fourth quarter. Explosive play here from Rodney Hill. Takes it right back up the middle, out close to the 30-yard line. 1:01 to play, no timeouts left.
Well, here's the mindset. Protect Taylor Green. Taylor Green has to get the ball downfield. They got to score quick, fast, and in a hurry to try to prepare for an onside kick and get the ball back, try to score again.
Auburn just trying to hold on, snap their 4-game losing streak, which is all conference games. Down the middle, and this one is intercepted. There's your ball game. Lador Falston comes up with the interception, and the celebration is on.
Taylor Green just overshoots his intended receiver, Omega Blake, and when the ball sails, especially that deep into the defensive territory, bad things typically happen. And just too far for the outstretched hands of Omega Blake, and right into the hands of Lador Falston, who seals the game with Taylor Green's 3rd interception on the day.
4 fourth-quarter turnover by this Arkansas offense. Auburn's defense will keep Arkansas's offense in check. They will continue. The streak will continue to not allowing more than 24 points in any game this year.
45 plays offensively for Arkansas. That's it. 45 plays.
Well, you wonder what this will do for the noise around the Auburn program. Long way to go, but they get some momentum in that locker room, some good feelings. It has been such a disappointment. So close, but yet so far, and well, they came this far and got a win.
And Ashton Daniels, the guy who came in at the end of the second quarter and led each of his drives offensively to points on the board. That's exactly the spark that Hugh Freeze was looking for.
Take a deep breath for a moment. That's all you get in this league is a moment. Auburn will have Kentucky, Vanderbilt, Mercer, and Alabama to finish it out.